I'm Nicole Jones, and you are listening to Mediocre to Masterful. This podcast helps you master your goals, activate your plans, and manifest your purpose. Throughout the seasons of Mediocre to Masterful, I will be including what I like to call Masterful Moments. This compilation of masterful moments you're about to hear are filled with triumph, positivity, and victorious breakthroughs. These accounts describe how their relentless determination helped them move past fear, get out of mediocrity, and simply remain faithful towards their calling. I think what is really important, and the reason why I wanted to include this into my seasons, is to make sure that each of us, all of us, know that we are not alone. That we do not have to fight our battles alone, that we are not experiencing something for the very first time ever in this entire world, but that we can share our stories, be able to connect with other people, and be uplifted, and to be able to create our own narratives and know that despite my current situations, although it may not look the best, or I don't feel like I am putting forward my best, that I can overcome this mindset. It's in those moments of adversity is when we truly find out who we are. We truly begin to grow into ourselves, learn more about our strengths, and love ourselves in ways that we had never done before. So enjoy these next few stories from people who are sharing their truths and how they became masterful.
Hi everyone, this is Didi Sanogo, and I'm the founder and CEO of MyTask.com. And today I want to talk to you about my relentless pursuit to starting my own tech company. I just want to say that it is hard every single day to run a company. When you have the experience, that's great. But starting up a tech company is a lot more than one should expect. And so you can't do it by yourself. And there were times that I was creating one solution and went down one path and there was a dead end, and that wasn't the fit for the product. And then I would get to a point where things were starting to become very slow, and I got so many no's, and that you can't do this. And then I would want to stop. Or I would get to a point where I read all of these articles about venture capital money and how only 0.1% of the funds go to Black women. And I'm just thinking to myself, how and why am I putting myself through this? But then I stop and think, you know what? I am beautifully and wonderfully made, and I have a talent and gift that is supposed to be out in the world, and someone needs me out there. And I have to remind myself of that why every day. It's not about me. It's about delivering a solution so that I can actually help someone live their best life. And so whenever I started to doubt myself, I would just remember that I have the power to do something great. Why not me? Why can't I do this? Why can't I be like a Google? Why can't I be like, one of these companies that had to start from nothing? I can do this. I'm made to do this. And I'm encouraging you to do the same thing and have the same mindset. Yes, you can. You can actually do what it is you are set forth to do, as long as you remind yourself that it is already done and that the grace of God is going to be with you every step of the way. So I had a setback. Last year, I lost my job. Breadwinner of my family, have 3 kids and a husband. And the great part about it was that I had some time to work on my technology. But when I got to the end of that rope and my money ran out, everything just fell apart. I could have really just stopped and said, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore. And then I was getting upset at everybody else because they didn't understand why it was so important to create generational wealth for my family, why it was so important for a Black woman in the space that I'm in to actually achieve this. Because when I look around, I don't see very many. And I want to stop that. And so I'm going to be courageous, and I'm going to get out there, and I'm going to do as much as I can to inspire the next generation of founders, and that we as Black women are We're soulful, we are passionate, we are intelligent, we are creators. You give us a seed, we make life, and we bring all of these things to the mainstream and really don't get a lot of credit for it. So it's time for us to get credit. And so we're going to just take everything that we have learned along the way and we're going to put it forth, and then we're going to make wealth for our own families. So I'm encouraging everyone that despite the no's, despite the articles that you read, despite even some of the people who you love giving you doubt every day that this is hard, why are you doing this? Just remember why. You are wonderful and beautifully made, and that there is something inside of you that is telling you to do it, and you don't want to ignore that, because on the other side of that door, your future self is telling you to keep going. Don't stop. Don't be mediocre. Be mindful that you are wonderfully and made to do amazing things, and that everything that is in your way will be removed because you're doing this for the right reason. So I leave my testimony with you today, knowing that I will continue to go through a lot, I'm sure, but I also know that I have learned something new every day, and I will take that newness to be wise and be the best CEO that I can. So until next time, this is Didi Sanogo, founder and CEO of mytest.com.
My name is Cunningham. I'm an audio designer for Turner Broadcasting in Atlanta, Georgia. I am also the founder, CEO, and designer of the Fuss Clothing and Apparel, also out of Atlanta, Georgia. If I had to point out a few key things that have helped me thus far on my journey, the first thing would be is staying uncomfortable, being okay with uncertainty and the unknown. I remember in 2009, I decided that I didn't want to bartend anymore, even though I was making really good money. So I saved my money and I quit. I bought some audio equipment, bought some books, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew that I needed to begin the process of figuring it out. So that's exactly what I did. Second thing is investing in yourself. I decided at an age where I thought I was too old to be in the classroom, I decided to go back to school. I decided to intern. I decided to learn software and learn different programs, which has helped me in business, which has helped me professionally more than I could count for the little bit of time that I was uncomfortable in being okay with learning the information. It has taken me way beyond anything that I could ever imagine, and it still helps me to this day with my designs and with teaching and helping other people in what to do. I would also say being okay with asking for help, being teachable, being coachable. When you start out in wanting to do anything, you have to humble yourself and working your way up from the bottom. When I began in audio, I interned, I sat under people, I took out trash, I cleaned bathrooms, I worked in warehouses, I literally did any and everything that I needed to do to learn, to educate myself until I was able to, show and prove myself and move my way up through those ranks to where I am now, working for a major network, which is a blessing, a complete blessing. Believing in myself is key. I was the only female when I was in school in my classroom at SAE here in Atlanta, Georgia, and that in itself was intimidating. Audio and entertainment as a whole is a male-dominated industry, but I had to believe in myself. I had to know that I was worthy to be where I was. I had to follow and listen to my heart and just know and understand that not everybody is going to agree with what I'm doing. I had family members and people that didn't agree that I needed to be doing what I was doing, or I should have went to school for audio, or that I should have quit my job when I quit my job. And, you know, they wanted me to do other things. I had several people that wanted me to go back to bartending and didn't understand why I was putting $5 of gas in my tank to drive an hour to school and an hour back from school when I was doing so. But I was on a mission. So believing in yourself, you know, listening to your heart, and being confident and being okay with everybody not agreeing with you and not understanding you. And finally, I would also say that figuring out what's your highest level of excitement and chase that. It took me a long time to figure that out. What motivates you? What brings you joy? And for me, that is inspiring others, inspiring and motivating others, which is what my brand, The Fuss, really shoots for in our apparel and in our clothing, is to inspire and motivate others, to encourage, to instill faith, to instill confidence, and to wear and really represent that. So those would be some key things that I will point out. Stay uncomfortable, invest in yourself, educate yourself, believe in yourself, be okay with other people not seeing your vision, and chase your excitement.
So this is my story. When I started Feel Free Club, my organizing company, I didn't have a job. I didn't have any money. Like, I didn't have any money coming in. I was living with family. Didn't have, I was a new mom. Didn't have a husband or a significant other. I was definitely at the lowest point possible in my life. Think about it. You're 20-something years old, and you're supposed to be finding your career, finding yourself, finding your partner. It's supposed to be, those are the stories. You're supposed to be in this place, and here I am, and I have like nothing. I just have a child, and I just have myself, and I have to just figure it out. And I was totally confused, because up until that point, I was convinced that all I needed to do was to take the right steps, do the right thing, and my life would fall into place. That is very, very wrong. I had to find myself. I had to find what I was going to do with my time, with my life. And that changed everything. That changed everything for me. I really thought, I knew it wasn't over for me. In my mind, I knew that I had a long road ahead of me and that this was just a pit stop, right? But at the time, I felt very defeated, just feeling worthless. And I think you have to get that low, because you're scraping away everything that really doesn't matter, to find the things that do. And the things that do, that's within you. Everything is within you, and you can do so much, because everything starts from you. Everything that you create, every possibility that you go after, everything that you say, everything that you act upon, it starts from within you. And when you cultivate that space, when you give that space some attention, because that's the space that never gets the attention. You don't have the time for it, you don't have the energy for it, and it's not necessary, right? Because you can coast through life until you hit a low point, and then there's no more coasting. What else do you have? All you have is yourself. You can't turn to anyone. You can't turn to anything. Nothing cures it. Only you do. And that is my greatest accomplishment to this day, is finding out that it's within me that I can have and do whatever I want to do with my life. That's my power.
That's my strength. That's my choice. No one can take that from me. No one. Not my parents, not my significant other, not my child, not the government, not a job, not a friend, not an enemy, not naysayers, no one. I give that to myself. And we all have that power. I think that's a powerful place to be, and it's enriching. And at this moment, I am definitely in a different place. I am able to run a business, take care of my family. I am involved in my community. I am stronger than I've ever been, braver, more myself. And I'm only getting started, right? So that's the story, is that it's ever going, it's ever flowing, and our possibilities are endless. And it's in the lowest, craziest, the most tumultuous times that we find ourselves. And that's a beautiful place.